Okay guys, welcome to week 2 of document processing. We're going to get into a guided project today, and this is the first round of trying our guided project here with just me talking to you, going through step by step. So if you're not exactly comfortable, I just encourage you to keep my video up, pause it when you need to, and come back. But basically I'm going to go step by step through everything that we would do in going through one of these projects. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and dig in. I have here, I'm at the SimNet screen, so I'm going to go ahead and log in under my student account. And you can do the same. And so when we log in, I am in the spring 2015 class. If you have another class, or it defaults to say your spreadsheets or something else, another class, you can just click here and get to the proper class. Okay, so we've got this week up, and I do know there was a question about whether or not we were going to expand and open up more of the sections, and we may do that, more of the modules later on. So we'll look at that as a possibility, but for now let's just jump into the guided project. So when you go to the guided project, you'll click on it, and again, like what I talked about before, we have our instruction file, our start file, and then this is the file that we'll always start with and we'll start working on. There's also the best practices, which we went over in class. So the first thing we want to do is we want to download the instruction file. So we can just click on that, and I just open it with Adobe Reader in my session. You can always come back and open it again, so I usually never save it to my drive. So we have our guided project document. It's a PDF. If you are working on a dual monitor, it's really nice to be able to sort of just drag one of these over on one side and have the other on the other side. But if not, you'll want to go ahead and print that out. So you can take a pause here and do that if you need to. Mine is already printed, so I am going to go ahead and dig into the instructions. The first one, it says open the online learning 01.x start file, and it's going to open in protected view so you can enable editing if you need to. So I'll go ahead and click on the start file. Open with Microsoft Word, I'll say OK. For me in Firefox, it downloads up in the upper right hand corner, but it looks like it's also launching for me in 2013 Word. Hopefully you've been able to get your 180-day trial if you're doing this at home. 180-day trial of Microsoft Word, that is. Okay, here we go. So I've got, won't worry about my document recovery right now. We want to enable editing here so that we can modify the document at the top. We'll click that. So now we're into this start file, and it says on step 2 the file will be renamed automatically to include your name. Change the project file name if directed to do so by your instructor and save it. I won't necessarily ask you to change the name of the document each time. You can, as long as you know where to find it, that's fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and click File over here and do a Save As, and I'm just going to put it on my desktop. And it'll say replace the existing file. That's because I've already done this guided project before, so it's just finding that one. Alright, so step 3. Now we're going to get into the meat of the project. Change the line and paragraph spacing of the entire document is what we're going to do. Oh, and you know what? I should pause it back up. Let's look at the skills covered for this project. Basically, this is a Sierra Pacific Community College District at a multi-campus community college, so it's perfect, like what we're experiencing at CWI. And we want to format an informational handout regarding the online learning. So, skills covered in this project. We're going to open and edit the existing document. Line spacing, paragraph spacing using show and hide, changing font sizes, cutting and pasting, drag and drop, shadow effects, format painter, spelling, grammar checker, and document properties. So there's a lot to cover in this one. Okay, So again, here we'll dig into step 3. Okay, so first we want to change the line and paragraph spacing of the entire document. So press Control A to select the entire document. Control A. Okay, we got that. That's step 3A. Step 3B, click the launcher in the paragraph group, which is the home or page layout tab. So here we've got, if you see my cursor, the paragraph tab, and we want to click the launcher. Now whenever we say launcher, we'll use that term quite a bit, and that's just this little icon right here with the, I guess, arrow and part of the square. That's always the launcher. So we'll click that and it brings up another menu. So in the line spacing area, select multiple from the drop down list. So in our spacing area here, we want the line spacing multiple from the list. And in the at area, type 1.2. Okay. Change the paragraph spacing after to 12 points. So spacing after, we're going to change this to 12. Now you could just highlight it and type in 12, or you can use the little up and down arrows to get to 12, and that's okay. Now click OK to close the paragraph dialog box. Okay. And you can see it made a change. So hopefully if you did all those steps, you're right on track with me. Okay, now we want to turn on Show Hide. Okay, turn on Show Hide from the Home tab paragraph group. This little icon right here is the Show Hide, and this just gives us little icons on looking at our paragraph spacing and so forth. So a lot of times in these guided projects or independent projects, we'll toggle back and forth between Show and Hide so that we can see what we're doing. So we're going to turn it on. And we're going to delete the one extra blank line between each paragraph and after the title. Okay, so we're going to delete the one extra blank line between each paragraph and after the title. So here's our title. We've got a blank line here. So we're just going to put our cursor right in front of the blank line and hit the delete button. Okay, delete, 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 delete. All right, perfect. And so that was step 4. Now we're moving on to step 5. Change the font and font size of the entire document. So we're going to select the entire document. Again, that's Control A. Change the font to Cambria and the size to 11 point. Okay, so we're going to change the font, and that's up in the font group right here. Font to Cambria. And you can actually just start typing in CAMB. And it should bring up our correct font, and then we want our size instead of 10 points to be 11 points. So you just click that little down arrow and find your 11 points. Okay, step 6. Change the paragraph spacing, alignment, font size, style, effects, and color of the title. Wow, we've got a lot going on here. Okay, so right now we have everything selected, and you can see that because it's in the dark gray. If you just click anywhere in the white space, it'll take the selection off. Okay, so select the title of the document, Online Learning Information. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm just holding my mouse and I'm dragging, I'm holding the left mouse button and dragging over. Okay, so we've highlighted the title of the document. Now we're going to click the Page Layout tab. So up here, these are our tabs all across the top. We're going to go over to Page Layout, and then on 6C, change the before spacing to 36 points. Okay, before spacing to 36, and then the after spacing to 18 points here, and you can just hit enter after the 18 points. Now we want to click the center button to make our document centered, and that's back on the Home tab. So we'll go Home, and then in the paragraph group, we have these little icons here, and then this one right here is the center. Looks like we're centering it. Now we want to click the launcher in the font group, and that's step 6E, font group. The font dialog box opens. Change the font style to bold. So right now we're on regular, we want it to go to bold. And change the size to 24 points. So over here on the size, we're going to go down to 24. And in the effects area, click the small caps checkbox. That was 6H. So that's down here in effects, and we hit small caps, and you can see in the preview, if we go toggle this on and off, you can see the difference in what it does to our font. Okay, so that was step 6H. Now we'll move on to the next page. Up at the top, we're on 6I. We're going to change the font color drop-down list in the font group. So we've got font color under the fonts here. Right now it says automatic. We're actually going to choose the blue-gray text 2 from the theme colors. These are the theme colors. These are the standard colors. Blue-gray text 2. So we can kind of see, well, maybe this is blue accent, so perhaps this is blue-gray. Oh, here we go. Blue-gray text 2 from the colors. Right there at the top. Blue-gray text 2. And if you hover your mouse over it, that's how I'm getting it to show what my color options are. Okay, so we've got that done. Now we want to click the Advanced tab over here at the top. And that was step J. And step K, click the spacing drop-down list and select expanded. So the spacing drop-down list right here, and we want to click expanded. Change the by to 1.2. Okay, so what, if I were in class, I'd be saying, what do you think this is doing? If we're expanding our letters by 1.2 points, it is going to move them farther apart from each other. So in step L, we need to just click OK, and that will close the font dialog box. Now you can see how it changed our title here. We have some spacing and it's a little bit bigger. Now when we're going on to our next thing here in step 7, we want to move paragraphs and insert a heading. So we want to go ahead and just click anywhere out into the white space to get that deselected. Select the last paragraph in the document in step 7A. Okay, so if we go down to the last paragraph of the document, including the paragraph mark at the end of the document, okay? So we want to take our cursor, place it right here at the beginning of the paragraph, and select the entire thing. Now we want to click the Cut button, and that's on the Home tab Clipboard group. So we're on the Home tab already. We've got our Clipboard group here, and we want to click the Cut. Or you can also press Control X is another way to cut. Now you see that our paragraph went away, so it's kind of just sitting out on a clipboard right now. So we're going to move it. We're going to place our insertion point before the second line of the document. Okay, so this is definition of online learning modalities. So if we get up here, we can get to definition of online learning modalities. We're putting our insertion point before that line, okay? So that line is right there. We're putting our cursor right before the D. And now we want to click the Paste button, which was back on that Home tab. So this is our Paste button right here. You can also Control V is another option. All right, now on step 7E, we're going to click at the beginning of the pasted paragraph and type. Where are we now with online learning? You'll notice anything in red in the instructions will have you insert text. So click at the beginning of the pasted paragraph and type, where are we now with online learning? And you know what? You need to be very careful with how you spell your, oh, I didn't want to put an extra space. It's very particular, so you need to make sure that everything is capitalized the way it is in the example and so forth. So I just put in my question mark. I didn't make a space. I wanted to originally, but now we're just going to press enter on step F. And it looks like we sort of made another heading. So now we want to select the paragraph that begins hybrid course, including the paragraph mark at the end. So we'll go down here to hybrid course. Okay. Move the paragraph using the drag and drop method so it appears before the paragraph that begins with television or teleweb course. And it says you must complete step 7 in order to receive points for completing the next steps. So we want to move hybrid course so that it appears before the paragraph that begins with television or teleweb course. And that's the paragraph right above it. So really you can just hold down your left mouse while you have that selected, and your cursor kind of changes a little bit, and you can see that the cursor is sort of moving and it's dark. You get it positioned right where you need it, and then you just let go with your mouse. Okay, hopefully you did that correctly and got your paragraph to where mine is. Now step 8, format the selection headings in the document. So select the first section heading. Where are we now with online learning? This is our first section. Where are we now with online learning? We're going to select it. Remember, we've already got this other paragraph selected, so we can just deselect by clicking anywhere in the white space. Select the first section heading. Where are we now with online learning? Okay, click the launcher in the font group, and we want the font tab. So here's our launcher. And then we want the font tab. We were on advanced. We want to go back to font. We want to change the font size to 12 points. Change the font color to blue gray text 2. It's down here again. We know our color. Change the underline style to double underline. Font or underline style to a double underline. It's the 2 lines right there. Change the underline color to blue-gray text 2, so we want our underline color also to match. In the effects area, click the all caps checkbox. Click OK to close the font dialog box. So if we did all those steps correctly, it should look like this. Okay, now we're going to go on to step I. Click the text effects button, which is on the home tab. Font group, home tab, font group. We want our text effects, and this is our text effects right here. If you're ever not sure which one of these you're working at, if you just hover over it, put your mouse over it, it'll tell you which one you're looking at. So we want the text effects, and we want to put our pointer on shadow. So the one that kind of looks like that's gradient. Let's see. Oh, shadow. I was leading you astray. It's actually this option. Shadow, a list of shadow options is displayed in step J. So now we want to select in step K, offset diagonal bottom right, and it's first in the outer group. So we want to go to outer, and we're offset diagonal bottom right. I think offset diagonal bottom right. Okay, so it's this one right here. And oh, they're telling us it's the first in the outer group. I should have read ahead. Okay, so L says, with the formatted heading still selected, which it is, but I didn't click off of it yet. If you did, you can select it. Click the Format Painter button, which is on the Home tab clipboard group. Now what this is doing is this is sort of copying the look and feel of this section of text. So we're going to click the Format Painter. Okay. Select the next heading, Definition of Online Learning Modalities, to apply the formatting. So the next heading is Definition of Online Learning Modalities, and you can see how my cursor changed and it got a little paintbrush with it. That means I'm sort of painting that style over. So I'm selecting it, and then when I click off my cursor, it does that there. So let's see. Okay, sorry, I got a little sidetracked as I'm trying to read ahead. Okay, step 9, format paragraph headings in the document. So 9A, we want to select the first paragraph heading, online course, including the colon. So the first paragraph heading online course, including the colon. So this is just a heading here. We're going to select the colon, that little tiny colon right in there. And then we want to click the launcher in the font group. So we'll go back to our font group launcher, and this was 9B. Change the font color to blue gray text 2. We're getting really good at finding that color over down here in the font color. In the effects area, click the small caps checkbox. So we want it small caps now. Click OK to close the font dialog box. Now we want to use the format painter to copy this format to the other paragraph headings. Okay, so we have all these other paragraph headings, and we want to copy it. So we're going to go format painter, and we want to copy it to hybrid course, which is the next one. So we're just going to kind of do highlight there, hybrid course, television or teleweb course. Oh, and I forgot to say double click the format painter button to apply the formatting to multiple sections. And you have to click the format painter button again to turn it off. So let me take a step back here. I'm just going to do an undo. I'm going to get back to my hybrid course, and I'm going to go up a step, and you may have to do this occasionally. Let me go back to my font group. So I'm getting back up to 9A, and I'm going to get my color back to blue-gray, text 2, and I'm going to get my small caps back on there. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to double-click the format painter this time. So now this should get me multiple sections. I'm just going to highlight that with the colon, get in there. Oh, and you know what, I couldn't see the forest for the trees. I suppose I could have highlighted this one again and done the format painter. That was back on the online course. But I think you guys are getting the drift here. So I've got my format painter, and I've got multiple in there. Okay, so now, oh, I accidentally clicked in a place I didn't mean to. Now we want to turn format painter off. It was already, this means it's on when it's kind of highlighted. It was already off, but I didn't double click when I should have to turn it off. Okay, correct spelling and grammar in the document, and that's on step 10. Using the context menu. So right click the first misspelled word, and you can scroll up and you see that management is misspelled and it's indicated by a red underline. Now if we right click it on that word and using our right mouse button, we can get the correct spelling of management. I use this all the time. Okay, repeat this process for the word potion that we want to be probably portion. Let's read here. We'll find our document. Where did it go? You know, I am not seeing that word. So I can find potion by going up here. This is a little off topic, but I'm going to go to find. I'm going to type in the word. Enter. Ah, there it is. Okay. So potion. Now potion is a word, so it wasn't red underlined for me. So we're just going to right click though. Let's see, we want it out of our navigation. So I click out of navigation. I'm right clicking. Repeat this process for potion. Click ignore all or click ignore once. I am not sure that it is giving us the right steps. Here, but we can still manually check our spelling. Hang on. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how to do this manually. And you'll want to go over to review. I believe review is going to help you review the document. We'll go over to our spelling and grammar here. And it opens up our grammar menu. And we want want to ignore the word fall. We will ignore that. And spring. And spelling and grammar check is complete. It was asking us to ignore all on it. But potion is still spelled incorrectly. So I'm just going to put an R in there. Portion, there. Now it'll come up correctly when we go to submit this document. I had forgotten that that was one of our issues. Okay, so I'm going to move on to step 11. Select the sentence in the parentheses at the end of the document, including the parentheses, and click the italic button. Okay, so the sentence in parentheses at the end of the document starts here, and we want to also select those. And we are going to Control I, but we don't want the period, I believe, because it didn't specifically tell us. We'll find out, I guess, when we submit it. Control I makes it italicized. Okay, step 12, add document properties using the document panel. So we're going to click on the File tab to open the Backstage view. I'm actually going to deselect this, just click anywhere outside of it. So File tab up here, the blue one. We'll go, this is called the Backstage view. We want to click the Info button if it is not already selected. It is selected for us. Click the Properties button on the right and choose Show Document Panel. So Properties, we want to show the document panel. The document panel is displayed above the document. Okay, yours should look like mine. Now we're on step 12D. In the author area, delete the existing author name and type Tanisha Morris. So author. Okay, so Tanisha's going to take credit for our work here. We're going to name her the author of this document. In the title area, no, we don't want autocomplete. Okay, title area, online learning information. Okay, and then in the subject area, type online learning. Being careful to spell everything correctly. And step G, in the status area, type draft. Okay. Okay, click X in the upper right of the document panel to close it. So that is right here. Now, in order to submit this for grading, step 13, we want to make sure we save and close the document. Okay, so this is our little save button. Oh, I guess I don't have I might not have my screen up that high. There we go, maybe you can see it now. We want to save this little purple save button here. Is very important. We save it because we want all the changes to be made in the document. And you can always see at the very end, I love this, they give us a little sort of what our document is supposed to look like at the very end. So you can kind of just look through, does it look like it's formatted the way that the figure is? If it is, then we can go ahead and submit it. Okay, so I've got mine saved already. I'm going to close out. Yes, I do want to save it. I thought I saved it already. Maybe I didn't click it. I do want to save it. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I'm back to my SimNet, and this part is pretty easy. We're going to save our project and submit it for grading. So we're going to upload and save. And when I click upload and save right here, I need to go find my document. So let's see. Man, I have a lot in there, don't I? That I've worked on before. So I am just going to go to my details view, and I'm going to sort by date modified. So that's today. And now I can find my document a little bit easier. And then when I click OK, I can do a couple of things. No, I'm not ready to submit my document, or yes, submit the file. If you're not ready, you can click it and it'll go, here I'll show you. No, I'm not ready. Put your document down below in the saved file area where then you can keep working on it or not. So I'm going to go back to upload and save and get my file again, get it in there. And now I am ready. I'm going to go to yes, submit the file, and now it's grading my project, and oh, I hope that this grades it correctly. Oh, fingers crossed. Woohoo, 100%. Okay, so now you can see your submitted document, and it'll always show over on the left-hand side what you got correct, partially correct, or incorrect. You can also, if you did get one of these incorrect, you can open it up here on the left, and it'll show you exactly what you did incorrectly, so you can go back and fix it. Now you can either fix it on your original document. Mine was located on the desktop, or you can download your submitted file over here, and you can work off of that because that is your what you submitted. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of guidance and structure there for the guided project, and hopefully you got 100% too, and if not, you'll just want to go back and change the few things that you did in your document until you get it. Now you get 3 opportunities to upload in the guided project. Do call me if or email me if you're having significant trouble on any of these guided projects, and we can see what we can do. There is also tutoring help in the CLC. Okay, for these, so that's it for guided project, our first one, 1-2 in the books. Hopefully you all did as well as I did. If not, you know, you can go back and watch certain portions of this video, and that will work just fine. So, all right, this was fun. Let's we'll get on to the next thing. Do remember that you have your 2 independent projects and quizzes, and your first quiz also to do this week. So look forward to seeing those and seeing your progress.